Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Smoking Hot. My name's Brian. Welcome. You are in the right place. If you like to have a good time, you want to eat well, you might have an adult beverage or two, and you just want to get some good smoking in, come on in. Hit the subscribe, ring the bell. I don't want you to miss a thing. So I got a treat for you. Today we got 4 barbecue sauces, 1 dry rub for some spare ribs. It's going to be some pork spare ribs, St. Louis cut, from Butcher Box, and they're phenomenal. They're going to be great. And got a surprise. They're going to be coming in later on and eating. Got a surprise. We're going to have a little bit, not a competition, but they're going to be scoring it. Going to have some professional barbecue folks come on in. Going to be trying it. I got scorecards. Stay to the end of this and I'll tell you how you can get your scorecard so that you can cook and have it judged. Sound like fun? I think we're having a good time. So pop open a beer, beverage of choice, whatever you like. You want ice water, go ahead. Get the ice water. And then join us. So let's get together and let's get some cooking done. What do you think? Come on. All right, so we got the St. Louis cut from Butcher Box. And what I like about them is instead of giving you the full size, they cut it in half so it's easy to work with. Show you what I'm talking about. All right, so these are the spare ribs. Now again, the spare ribs is from the lower side versus the baby back, which is towards the backbone, the vertebrae. And so what they end up doing is when they cut, they're a little more round. So when you have the long ones with the short ones, they look shorter. So it's baby because they're smaller. And off the back, they're also not as fat, not a lot of meat on them, okay, but there's not much fat, and the flavor is where you're gonna get it. So go with the St. Louis ribs, the lower end of the ribs towards the belly side. You're gonna love it, trust me. What I got going on right now is we got the Caribbean jerk barbecue sauce. Now we made that. Directions are down below. You can click and watch the video on that. But what you're gonna get is a lot of sweet, spicy, some cinnamon in there. Oh, it's gonna be so good. And it's gonna put you right on the beach of Jamaica. And it's just gonna be wonderful. So let's go ahead and we'll slather these up, put them in a bag, and I'm gonna leave them overnight until we cook tomorrow, okay? So let's do that. Now on these spare ribs, I already taken them off, but we took the membrane off the back, so you don't have to sit through watching all that. But let's go ahead and lather these up. We're just gonna pour this on. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All the sides. All right, so went ahead and bagged these up. We're gonna put these in the refrigerator just overnight. Put them on the Traeger in the morning. All right, next up, we're gonna have on our profile flavor journey here with some ribs is gonna be the Korean barbecue sauce. It's gonna be sticky, sweet, salty, complex flavor, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You like sweet, that may not be what you're loving, okay? I get it. I wanna make something for everybody, so I'm making this for you that like it. And if you don't like it, drink some more beer, come back, we'll have some more later, okay? All right, here we go. All right, so now we're gonna move to Texas. And Texas, gonna be a punch of warmth, a little bit of tang going on in there, and it's really gonna allow for the development of that smoke on the meat. And that's just gonna be what we're looking for. It's a little punch, a little tang, and some of that smoke flavor. That's really gonna shine through. So let's get the Texas on. All right, so now we have Texas. I got one more. Oh, one more. Brian, you're killing me. What do you got for me next? Well, you know what? I did a take on my. You ever have that crazy wonderful uncle or family member that when they start cooking, everybody goes, hey, Uncle Don's cooking. He's cooking some ribs. And it kind of goes through the entire family like lightning. Okay, that was my Uncle Don. He'd sit there and he'd make some ribs. Everybody showed up. You want to get a family reunion? Throw some ribs out there with Uncle Don. Now, I have the sauce. He didn't write it down. This is if everybody kind of piecemealing what I remember and pulling it all out. So I made this. I let it set up. I'm gonna try it. Let's see how it goes. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. That's I double dip, but you're watching. But I'm gonna put that. Oh, that is good. That is good. I'm gonna put that down these ribs. We're gonna let that sit overnight as well. Oh. All right. So this is my Uncle Don's recipe. Now somebody. Brian, do you need to get all the air out? No, I don't care if you put all the air out. You don't even need to use a bag. If you put them in a foil over the top inside of a tray, they have, just cover it and keep it chilled, would you? All right, here we go. Easy. Now, Brian, you said there's 5 and you only made 4. What are you gonna do with the other one? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and use some dry rub. And let me clean this up and I'll be right with you. All right, so we have it all soaking in there. Everything's good except for the one I left for just the dry rub because just between you and me, all right? Shh, don't tell anybody. I rather have my ribs with just the dry rub and have them dry. That's preference, okay? I'm gonna make them a bunch of different ways. I'm gonna try them all, and it's gonna be good. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna be good. But what's my preference? That's my preference. But I do like experimenting. And so what I want to do on this little experimenting is I found a new dry rub. Let's check it out. So this one here is Corky's Grip It and Rub It. All right, and it's got a little bit of bourbon on the seasoning, so it should be a little bit on that Swedish side with the bourbon. But let's get on and put some rub on here. What do you think? Let's do it. Come on. We're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna cover this. Now I may be cheap, but don't be cheap with your rub. Get your rub going. Get that rub on. And cover it all. Now, some people will sit there and rub it, massage it in, and I'm okay with that. If you're in a hurry and you want to do that, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes and let the spices do their job, and they are going to make the meat start to sweat, and they're gonna start penetrating on their own, and they're gonna stick on their own. So you won't need to be putting on and slather on a bunch of oil to make it stick and rubbing it on in there. You got the time, use it. Make it work for you. And we're gonna let it sit for about 10-15 minutes. You'll start seeing the little sweat bubble up on it. It's already in there. I can actually see some crystals coming through. So after that, we'll turn them on, we'll do the other side, and again, let it do the same thing while we're getting our smoker ready. All right, let's have a look. Oh yeah, so we got the sweat coming on this already, so it's activated. It's been about 10 minutes. I could leave this for another 5. It would be perfectly fine. You could leave this for a couple hours if you wanted to. But right now I'm just looking to get these things spiced up and put them on. So we're going to go ahead and roll this on over. Let's get the back side. We're going to do the exact same thing. Got the same dry rub. And we're just going to slide it on. All right, so we're gonna cover this back up, give it about another 10 minutes, check on them then, maybe 15. The other side's still working, and then we were gonna get ready to start doing some cooking. Get your beverage ready. All right, so for this cook, it's really only gonna make the big difference on the dry rub. The others are going to have so much barbecue sauce on them. I'm going to treat them like we're barbecuing versus smoking. The flavor's still going to come through. It's not going to go so much into the meat. It's going to be coated on everything else. It's going to be still delicious. So follow along with me here. Right now we're going to be using some apple. This is apple pellets from Traeger. Premium pellets. They're always good. That's the only thing I put in my machine. They say there's other ones. I don't want to trust them. I want to go with what's good, and I want to do what's good for you. So right now we're using apple. Why apple with pork? And it's a mild smoke. It's a little on the sweet side, sweet mild, and it takes a long time because it's a light smoke to permeate into the meat. So it's really good for a low temperature, long, slow burn smoke that you're going to be doing. So I use apple for those reasons. It goes great with pork because it's a little bit on the sweeter side of things, but it's because you're going to have a long smoke. It just works perfect for that. So if you're trying to do something in a hurry, and you want the flavor to come through of your smoke, I would not go with the apple. There's other ones to go with, but for now we're going to be using some apple. So let's get down to some cooking. All right, so we're outside here. We got the Traeger all warmed up, and I'm going to put the ribs on meat side up, and you could turn it the other way around, but what ends up happening is that you're going to get that heat, and there's going to be a moisture pocket on the inside of that meat, which sounds good. It's going to keep your ribs nice and moist, no doubt about it. It's going to be great, but that smoke is not going to be able to penetrate. It's going to add like a bubble layer, and you won't be able to get the smoke in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn all of them, whether they're smoking or not, with the rib side down, meat side up, and that way we can baste them, or we're just going to baste the top on the others. We could have done a 3-2-1, which just a quick explanation on that real quick is you do a 3-hour smoke, low temperature, usually below 275, for 3 hours on that smoke, get all that smoke going, and then you're going to wrap them all up, and it basically will steam for another 2 hours. And that last hour, you pull them open, you add your rub and additional seasonings, everything else. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do a modified 3-2-1 for the dry rub. The others with the barbecue sauce, I'm treating them just like I would on a barbecue. It's going to give that flavor just because everything tastes so much better on a Traeger. So we're going to have that flavor going on, but I want to baste them. Just about every half hour, check on them, make sure that they're not getting dry because I want to keep it moist. And we're going to do the temperature at 165. I'm going to do a super smoke at the 165 to add that extra flavor on there with the apple. But I know that there's some people that do not have a Traeger that can come down that low of a temperature, and that's okay. Go to the lowest setting. Go to the lowest setting. They try to make so much out of cooking. You know what? It's supposed to be fun. Have a good time with it. Experiment. You might have some bad ones, but you're going to have some good ones too, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is in my decision on where to stack these is viscosity played an issue in that. So the thicker rubs are going to go to the or sauces are going to go to the top. The thinner, going to drip a little bit more, is going to go to the bottom. So I'm going to put the Texas and the Uncle Don's up on top, and then the Caribbean jerk along with the Korean barbecue sauce, they're going to be at the bottom. And at the very top, I'm going to use the dry rub. All right, only one thing left to do. I need a beverage and to glove up. Let's get going. Come on. Doesn't that look good? Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so it's been about a half hour. Let's pop it open. Let's take a quick look. Let's put some base on there and keep them moist. So let's have a look, see what they look like, okay? All right, so we've been at this for about 3 hours now. About 2 pairs behind you. Okay, so let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these look great. So let's pull these around here. They're looking nice and good. You know what? I'm gonna put 2 on 1. Nah, I'm gonna put individual. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap these now. So that was I told you to do 3, 2, 1. We're actually doing 3. So it's 3 smoking, and we're gonna cook it in its own juices and its own steam for another 3. So let's wrap this up and we'll make it nice and tight. 1 over, then side to side, and then 1 over. We'll lock that in. We'll get the other one out here as well. We have before we got about another hour and a half to go on this, but let's take a look and see how we're doing with the rub. Come on in, or with the barbecue sauce. All right, is that good? You with me? Did I lose you? You know what? Here, have one. Sorry. Oh, don't look. Evidently, if you drink, they can flag your channel. So I don't want to be flagged in that aspect. So kids, don't drink. That's why it's called an adult beverage. Come on. There. You know, do you like that? My son made these. Isn't that nice? I like them. All right. So we got the ribs off of the Traeger. I'm going to show you what they look like. And I'm going to do the reveal. You ready for the reveal? Because the reveal is where it's all out. First off, what you need to do is pop that beverage open, get ready, all right? Because we're ready, and I'll show you the reveal. Come on. All right, see how that's right off of the bone? Yeah, that's how you know that you are perfectly done. Right off the bone. We're going to do a sweep from them all. You ready? Here we go. Right off of the bone. All right, so now this is where the meat hits the taste buds. You guys ready? All right, so our judges are going to be evaluating, and I got something special for you all. Would you like to have an evaluation sheet? Click down below, and I got one ready for you to download for your next party.